Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. Hope you're all well. Happy Easter. It is Good Friday tomorrow, so those of you lucky enough to have a long weekend, hope you've got something wonderful planned. Maybe lots of flight simming. I don't know. But Inibuilds, our channel partner, has launched a very special Easter sale where all of their airports are just £9.99. So we thought this is the perfect time to grab a bargain. And we're flying tonight a real-world flight as we head to New York JFK, probably one of the most famous Inibuilds airports that they did. Absolutely stunning airport. And we're flying from another Inibuilds airport tonight, and that is Detroit. Flight time about 1 hour and 15 minutes. So should be good as well. We're on VATSIM. There seems to be quite a bit of VATSIM coverage as well at the moment. So USA ATC, which is always interesting for me because it's not something I'm particularly familiar with. I'm very out of my comfort zone this side of the pond, but yeah, should be good. So welcome aboard, everyone. See plenty of the channel members coming in tonight. Hey Organ, hey Otto, Captain HW, Wally, happy Easter to you. Leon, Carl, and as well. So welcome to all of you coming and joining us, and to those of you as well on Twitch. Good evening. Lemon says those passengers look very happy waiting for their flight. I did have to do a double take at what was going on here. I think the guy's got his hands behind his head. They're not her hands. That looks a bit strange. And I believe that's her younger. Are they twins? Perhaps. I don't know. But I don't know if you can hear. It is incredibly windy here today in the USA, Detroit. It's also a bit windy in New York as well, so that's going to be interesting. Thought we'd just have a little look around. So I've not seen this airport before today, but very, very impressed. Yeah, obviously we've got the kind of interiors that I like. They are just detailed enough without destroying frame rates, and then of course everything airside looks really good. There were quite a few other aircraft around a little bit earlier on, but yeah, looks really nice. Lots of detail, lots of ground clutter, all that kind of stuff, which is exactly what you want. That for me is what brings an airport to life. Ground clutter. It was very interesting that inside the terminal was also very windy, so I'm not quite sure what was going on there. Funnily enough, that's our departure runway today, right down the other end of the field, so I think that's going to be a single engine taxi all the way down there. But yeah, Detroit Airport, just one of the Inibuilds airports. Again, it is on sale, £9.99. And of course, you can also, if you want to grab some of the bargains that they've got at the moment, you can support the channel at the same time. Use the link in the video description or pinned at the top of the chat, and use that link. You will support the channel whilst getting yourself some great scenery at an amazing discount as well over the Easter weekend. Right, should we get on board our wonderful Delta aircraft? I'm loving this livery. It looks, it's not a clean aircraft, which is exactly what we want. We can see bits of dirt and oil and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's get in. Dark says good evening from from DSA. You're not actually there, right? I hope not. Good to see you, Dark. Right, let's jump inside. Yeah, so let me grab the tablet. We'll go through our operational flight plan together. We will be flying this, as a sort of a real ops flight, as much as we can. Don't know the actual procedures that Delta use, of course, so we'll just be flying with our usual EasyJet procedures, but there we go. So that is our operational flight plan then. 15-ton payload, underloaded by a couple of tons, so that's nice. Cost index of 20, tailwind 18, that's nice. Shear rate of 7.5 at stent, so that could be a little bit turbulent. Call sign today is Delta 1541. Oh, we're in America actually, aren't we? So it should be Delta 1541. So that is of course how they would normally pronounce it. Flight level 370 is planned 481 miles, and yeah, the Pavel 2 departure, runway 21 and JFK 04 right. We could end up on 04 left, it just depends what ATC give us, which will be interesting, a little runway change to work with. So yeah, 1 hour 16 minutes there you can see is the planned block time. Sky173 says good afternoon. Oh, fantastic. Also, is it actually as windy as the simulator is depicting? Because it sounds very, very windy outside. So plug fuel is just under 7 tons. We've got Washington as the alternate, CNR's 3.3. We've obviously got plenty of other alternates around there as well. We've got Philadelphia, we've got the obvious ones, we've got LaGuardia, and what's the other one? We've got Newark as well. So plenty of fuel for today's flight. Just looking at the terrain during the flight, nothing there that concerns me. Right, nice 10 knot crosswind, looking for the landing at JFK later on. We've got 13 knot crosswind on departure today, so that's interesting. Might use the crosswind takeoff technique. JFK ceiling is 800 feet, visibility is just under 5 kilometers, so that's Cat 1. Everywhere else is Cat 1. That's quite interesting. If you look at that, you've got JFK ceilings 800 feet. Then look at LaGuardia and Newark, and the ceiling is almost double that, so clearly the proximity to the Atlantic Ocean making a difference there. Just have a look at the forecast for Kennedy. So what date is it? It's the 28th, isn't it, today? So 3 miles light rain, mist, scattered 800. Yeah, so I don't think it's going to change too much. That's pretty much what we've got to deal with. A little bit of wind coming into Washington later on as well. LaGuardia looks all right in terms of wind. Philadelphia's fine in terms of wind. Newark is fine as well. But here in Detroit, gusting to 6. So yeah, that's our flight route then. Straightforward over Lake Michigan, and have a look at any weather that we've got. So most of that looks like the second half of the flight could be turbulent, could be bouncing around. Worth letting the cabin crew know that those conditions are expected, particularly as we're descending into New York. But other than that, nothing else to really comment on. NOTAMs, lots of taxiway closures, none that are going to affect us, I don't think, tonight. Runway 9 left, 27 right is closed. You can actually taxi on this at the moment. We could actually taxi down that runway if we wanted to. Puppy lights or service wheel, etc. None of that really going to bother us here in the simulator. Just having a look at the departure SID, NOTAMs there. No, none of those affect us. ILS unserviceable for 27. Yeah, well, that runway's closed anyway, isn't it? So that's not going to be a problem. Cool. And if need be, we'll have a quick look at the NOTAMs as well for JFK once we get airborne and are on our way. What we're expecting: 4 left, 4 right for arrival. So not sure there's anything there that's going to affect us. Autopilot coupled approach, about 200 feet to read autopilot coupled approach. Okay, well the weather's not that bad. We're not going to be using, not going to be doing auto land tonight. So Aviate getting a T as he's coming on board tonight. Fantastic. Right, so what fuel are we going to take? Well, maybe with the usual delays and holds at JFK, I think 8 tons will cover us more than adequately enough. So yeah, let's go with 8 tons of fuel. I'll tell the ground crew to load that. So if we can start that process now, I think. And then we'll have a look at the charts. I ought to just type that in, it would have been easier. Okay, is GSX going to work? Looks like it. Wonderful. Right, let me have a look at the charts then for our flight. So our jet is parked at Alpha 8 tonight. So we are going to push back and we'll face north, taxi down uniform 9, and then Bravo, we can cross runway 27 right. Actually, it's close. We could taxi down runway 27 right, and I have seen aircraft actually doing this in real life, so I know that is happening at the moment. We could taxi down 27 right, and then taxi via Mike, and either Mike 5 or Mike 6. Those are the only two options today. There is a Victor intersection, but I think that's probably going to be a little bit too short. So let's have a look at the departure itself then. This Pavel 2 departure. So that's straight out, heading 185 with a left-hand turn. And we just need to check there. We've got Joel, Yimi, and essentially just climbing via the star as they do. Initial climb is going to be 17,000 feet. Transition altitude, of course, 18,000 feet, and MSA as we go is 2,800 feet. Lovely. All right, so I think that is. I think that's everything we need to do charts wise. We'll sort of brief any threats and that once we've got ourselves in the flight deck and we've got the box set up, etc. Oh, one more thing to get. Let's just get the actual weather at the moment before we go anywhere. Just make sure that's updated. Right, so winds 2-6 at 17, gusting 26. So that's going to be our wind from the right as we're departing. Visibility is fine. Scattered 5,000. Temperature is 9. Altimeter 3004. So anti-ice on for departure. Cool. Let's get in. Let's get in the flight deck. Joby says, done this trip many times, usually take 319 and to JFK, and yeah, so the I did see actually this flight in real life. It's operated by the 319s, isn't it? We don't have the Fenix A320 sadly yet in Microsoft Flight Simulator. When we do though, we would have been able to do this properly, but we're just going to cheat a little bit. Take the 320 to JFK. As you said, the 320 is normally for LaGuardia. Are you a 320 captain based in New York? Oh, Joe, excellent. Well, do you know what, Joe? Definitely stick with us. I'm definitely not from this part of the world, and we've got we're used to Europe, so anything anything untowards you see, then shout up. You'll say there's a speed restriction of 10,000 is 280. Is that right? I'm not familiar with that. Is that on the charts? Can't see that anywhere. That's interesting. Just having a quick look at those charts now, make sure I've not missed it anywhere. Oh yeah, it is. Yep, no, I have found it. Turbojet departures at above 10,000, maintain 280 locally, advanced by ATC. Thank you. Good spot. Good spot. Again, something which doesn't really happen in the UK and Europe. Once you're above 10,000 feet, you're gold. Off you go. Cool. Well, that's going to be the when we do our threat and error management. The pilot is going to be the top of the list. Anyway, our aircraft is in the turnaround state, so as I say, usual Orange Airlines SOPs as always. So we've got the pumps off, packs are off, we're on external power. Nav logo lights are off, and just get rid of that. Spoiler slaps, parking brake is fine. RQ pressure's not in the green. We'll check that when the boarding commences. So our QNH then, let's go through, is 3004. Audio control panel, we're on Unicom. We can just pop those on so we can listen to those for now, but otherwise that's set up. Monitoring the guard frequency as well. Switching panel's fine. Thrust levers, engine mode, master selection, that's all fine. 3004, get the constraints on. Initial climb is 17. Lovely. Refueling currently underway, and we shall we'll set up the box. Joseph, you normally put 250 in the climb page to remind you. That's a good idea. Obviously, it will hold 250, and then you can obviously speed that up yourself, can't you? Use the FCU and change it. Right. Okay. IRS 3.5 greens. Yeah, we're all working. Aircraft status, valid air cycle, CFM engines, lovely. Clear that scratch pad. And do our init request. Looks like boarding is going to commence in a moment. Good evening, Noah. I'm very well, thank you. Hope you are as well. Richard, good evening, Richard. And you're looking forward to the flight as well. Fantastic. And Organ Aviator celebrating 3 months of channel membership as well. Not looking forward to an Easter of revision. Oh, many of us have been there. Thankfully, we're too old to actually be able to remember it. Okay, let me get the operational flight plan up. We'll get that in the box. Where are we? There we go. All right, so Delta 1541, cost index of 20. I don't know if that's real cost index for Delta, that's just been made up. Temperature is 9, Tropo is 30336. Grab the winds. And just see, make sure these all agree. They do. Yeah, close enough for Jazz. Joe says hit 18. Fantastic. We're not a million miles off then. I'll stick with what we've got in the OFP for now, but that's some knowledge to store in the knowledge bank for next time. So what we're on, 370 and 48. Right, 21. What is it? 21 right. And Pavel 2. Mr. Doc, transition, and then into JFK. We're planning for right, that might change on the Lindy 8 arrival. Approach fear, we're not got any insert. Just says it should be 2-1 left for that departure. Is it? Ah, that's interesting. The flight that I sort of based this plan on took off on 2-1 right yesterday, and obviously flew the same departure, so that's the only reason. Maybe they were just, I don't know, maybe traffic was light for whatever reason, and they got them out on that. We've got no ATC today here either, so technically we're uncontrolled, which is which means we can cheat a little bit. Right, what distance we got there? 477 OFP 481, so that's pretty close. Radnav DXO auto-tuned. I'll just hard tune that in case we have to fly in Cessna mode. That's fine. Okay, let's grab the preliminary load sheet, as long as that's been sent to us. 2-1 left or 2-2? Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Joe. So, 0 fuel weight 59. 33 is the CFG. Fuel for the alternate is call that 2.3 ton. See what the box says. So we've told the ground crew we want 8 tons. 6.4, yeah, plenty in the tank spare. If New York's busy, we'll be able to hold quite happily. Right, that gives us then a takeoff weight of 668. So that is just almost a couple of tons above our max landing weight. So bring that into our brief in a moment. And takeoff CFG is planned 31.2. Alright, let's accept that, and then we'll come back over here and do the departure calculations. 2-1 right, it is dry. Flaps 1, again, just orange airline ops. No need to force toga. Anti-ice will be on. Packs, again, off. Takeoff weight 668 and 31.2. Right, intersection data. Oh, I've only got full length anyway. That's fine. We can do full length. Okay, so 414144. Transition altitude 18,000 feet. Yeah, flaps 1. Thrust reduction acceleration is 1636. Okay, so noise abatement 2 for departure. That's fine. Again, I don't know if Delta use 800,000 or 1500, but we'll leave that.
FSTraffic Delta 445, get Alpha 29, pushing back facing south, Detroit.
Okay, just come off Unigon for the moment and get rid of the safety briefing as well. Go away. Okay, that's fine. Our flexi is 56. Joe, is it 1,000? Oh, interesting. I'm not actually sure what this is set up for. Airport elevation. Oh, so it's not a million miles off, then, is it? In fact, that is 1,000 feet. Yeah, because the elevation of runway 21 right is 631, so perfect. Okay, secondary flight plan. Copy the active. Now, of course, all airlines have their own engine out procedure. However, if we don't have access to that, I don't have access to any USA ones. Obviously, we do have the ones that we use in Europe. But what I'm going to do for this, there's no terrain around us, so standard engine out procedure, straight out, and then once we're sort of 2,000 feet to the good, we will make a left turn and we'll hold at gauge, as that's the missed approach holding fix. So that would work for us today. Let me just pop that in. G-A-A-G-E. And just pop that hold in. Inbound is 1, 2, no it isn't. Inbound is 302 right turns. Couldn't remember the ICO code for that then. And then we're departing 21 right. One left. We'll pop that in as the ILS for the arrival if we needed it. No star. And no veer. We'll just vector ourselves in if we needed it. Okay, let's just check what that all looks like. Yeah, there we go. So straight out, hold, ILS courses in. Perfect. So with all of that in mind, done, box programmed, Wait for, looks like refueling is completed, so that's fine. We'll wait for the passengers to finish boarding, and let's do our brief. So we've already been through the charts. We know where we're going in terms of our taxi. So the taxi itself, it's a long taxi, but we are unfamiliar with the airport, so that's a little threat for me. We'll take it nice and steady. But it is a long taxi, however, so we will do a single engine taxi. Where we're going to get the second engine started, for me, I think once we're rolling down runway 27 right, I think would be the best bet. So once we've turned on to 27 right, that little section there will get that engine started, up and running. That gives us then Mike the chance to finish the checklists and everything, and then we're going to be departing Mike 6. It's going to be full length right at the end. The weather then for departure, we've got nice weather today. It's just windy, isn't it? Good strong winds from the right as we depart. So we'll do do full side stick down for the departure. Normally it'd be a half side stick, but it's a windy departure today, so with a bit of crosswind. So full side stick down, and just be aware of that wind coming in from the right, as I said, as we go. Other things then to look at, the aircraft itself, nothing in the tech log apart from the weather radar. Sadly that doesn't work, so hopefully shouldn't affect us today. No times here that are going to affect us either. Let's just have a look then at the departure itself. Oh, do you know, the new Navigraph, since it's updated it's so laggy. Used to be instant, but it's not now. So departure itself, we'll go straight out and then turn heading 185. So I will, after departure, we'll get the autopilot on quite early, to be fair. We'll fly heading 185, but then basically just to intercept that direct to Jolie. It's in the box anyway. Autopilot's going to be able to fly this for us, no problem. MSA 2,800 feet. We've got no speed restrictions as below 10,000 feet, and then it's 2,800 until passing flight level, well, until ATC tell us, but there's no ATC, so we will probably be able to just sort of just be able to cheat our way through that if we need to. But yeah, basically climb via the SID, and then all is good, and we're on our way to Mr. Dock. No terrain or anything like that around, so biggest threat is just familiarity, situational awareness, and yeah, the pilot being the wrong side of the pond. So so there we are. Let's get that APU started, and we'll get going. One other thing then, just while I'm starting that APU, let's just talk about the engine out procedure. Don't need to do a full emergency brief, you've heard it all before. But yeah, basically if we lose an engine after V1, continue, climb, 12.5 degrees pitch, follow SRS. Once we're above 400 feet, confirm the failure. We can trim out the rudder, get the autopilot on, close down the affected engine, and pull the heading bug as well. Make sure we continue just straight out, and then once we're about 2,000 feet, enter the secondary flight plan. We'll enter the hold. It's nice and safe at 3,000 feet in the hold above MSA, and then we'll troubleshoot and get ourselves back in. Right, APU is APU starting. Refuel is completed. Pumps can come on. Seatbelt signs on. 8 tons fuel. And that's balanced. Right, cockpit preparation checklist then. So the aircraft acceptance has all been done and completed. Fuel quantity is 8 ton, balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. Adir's got 3.5 green, and the altimeter 3004 is cross-checked, and that's 680 feet. Call GSX then for our pushback. Hey, Travel Planet Island says hello from Dublin Airport, the Ops Control Room Centre for Aer Lingus. We're going to have to do an Aer Lingus flight, aren't we? We're going to have to come and visit you in Dublin.
Captain, we are ready for pushback.
Pineapple Man says, just want to let you know that half your Airbus knowledge is from your videos. Where's the other half from, Pineapple? I'm only joking. Thanks, mate. It's good to have you on the live. Hey, Christoph, good to see you. DC, good evening. Awesome stuff. APU's up and running.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
GPU, I'm removed. Just give that another 20 seconds or so, get the bleed on, get the packs on. Company message come through, let's just check, see if we've got any LMCs. Takeoff weight is 66.8, spot on, and our CFG is 28.9. 28.9, 29.9, 30.9. Oh, right, okay, so our takeoff performance just needs to be redone because we're over 2%. Okay, what is it now? 31. No, 28.9. Just rerun those. 28.9. Ground crew, you just have to bear with us one moment. 41, 41, 44, 56. 41, 44, and 56. Okay, that's not actually changed anything. Awesome.
Release parking brakes, please.
Detroit traffic, Delta 1541, stand Alpha 8, pushing back, uniform 9, facing north. And the express is now in the green. Okay, before we go anywhere, despite GSX yelling at us, parking brake is on, takeoff data has been confirmed, windows are closed, FB is on flight mode, doors are closed, not yet armed, beacon light is on. Parking brakes released.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, nozzle steering is disconnected. Start the timer. Engine mode selected to ignition and starting engine 1. Do you know what? That engine 1 start goes so much better if you remember the bleed. Try again. That's why I normally do a paranoia check and look up. It's got to be easier to do in the real thing than the sim. Loving the glare off that pushback tug. Organ, how accurate is the Flex Phoenix performance calculation? I have no idea, Organ, because I've not tested it against the real thing. Some things are interesting, comparing flaps 1 to flaps 2, for example. Right, engine 1's available. Are they giving their safety briefing back there? Yeah, they are.
Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit. In an emergency, leave all baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown.
Can you start engines while pushing back? Yeah, as long as there's there's no operational reasons why you can't.
Please set parking brakes.
And parking brake set.
Above you. Pull a mask towards you to start.
So, single engine taxi for us today. So engine mode selector goes back to normal.
Hold the mask in place.
APU bleed can come off.
Detroit traffic,
Leave the
Delta
APU on.
445, crossing runway 9 left on York Detroit.
Hand on water.
And pop the yellow electric pump on.
Remove from the pouch and put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and click together. Pull the strap to adjust.
Unlocking gear.
Not inflate the life jacket inside the aircraft.
Bypass pin removed.
Your tray table must now be stowed.
Left is clear, right is clear.
Open and seatbelt fastened. Further information
Oh, Joe, that's interesting. So you guys get it. You guys actually get it sent to you. You don't have the. Oh, that's really interesting. What happens then in the case of an LMC? You know, you get a change, sort of like a last-minute runway change, or you know, I suppose if you're lighter, it doesn't matter. But if the CAG changes, that can sometimes affect things as well. So, yeah, that's quite interesting. Alright, there she is. Clear on the left side. I'll just wait for her to walk out of the way and then clear on the right side. I say her. I think... Oh no, it's a him. I hope they walk a lot faster in real life than this to get out of the way of a 60-ton jet. Okay, let's just revisit that taxi. So, uniform Bravo 27 right, start the engine, and then Mike. Someone just asked, can you start engine 2 first? You can. I believe there are some airlines that start engine 2 first, but the one we normally replicate here on the channel is an engine 1 starter. Normally, because they do single engine taxi most of the time. Detroit traffic, Delta 1541 taxiing now via uniform 9 Bravo 27 right and Mike for full length departure runway 21 right. Oops, get on. That was random. I just want to check before we go anywhere that those doors are closed. Yeah, they are, because a bit of an issue with the sim. They don't arm the doors at the right time. Right, spoilers, flaps, and trim. Let's roll. So I said it was going to be a long taxi, which is why we're single engine taxiing today. At least we get to see a lot of this airport.
445, Inibuilds 96, taking off on rates 1 right, for which departure to the west direction, Delta 445, Detroit.
So because we haven't got both engines started, we're not doing the tax checklist or anything like that. What we can do though, whilst we're on this nice long straight bit, we'll do the flight control checks. So we got full left. Oh, where are you going? Brake check.
Uniform 9, Detroit traffic.
That was a bit weird. Right, should we try that again? Full left, that's fine. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down, neutral, rudder, go, full right, full left, and neutral. Pedal disconnect button does work, but it's a pain to press in the sim. If there was a way to get it to set to something on your joystick, it'd be great. But I don't think that's an option at the moment. DS20, can I show you how to do a traffic pattern on the McDo in the 320? Yes, so you're effectively talking about base training. If you have a look on my YouTube channel, there is a base training tutorial, because that's all hand flown as well. There's no autopilot or anything, and it's actually a really you know, it's quite work intensive, particularly as you're on your own. So you've got to make sure things like approach mode's activated, S-speed set, all that kind of stuff. But it is good fun, and we have done it a few times on the channel, so worth looking into that if you want to practice landings and takeoffs in the aircraft. Stephen, this is the Fenix A320 Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, so we're going to cross here onto Bravo.
Discharge traffic, Delta 445, clear for H1 right, continuing departure to the west, Detroit.
And then we're going to turn right down here, taxi down 27 right. Ah, Spirit.
Detroit traffic, United 1885, taxi myself, Mike 5, runway 218 here, uniform 9, uniform Golf, cross runway 09 left, Victor and Mike, Detroit traffic.
These lines look like they've all just been painted. They're very fresh. Alright, so let's get that other engine started then. Engine 1 selected to ignition and starting engine 2. A arrival zone, indeed, yeah, just in time. So that's Golf, and we want the left turn after that. So that's just here. No need to pop the strobes on. This is not an active runway, it is closed, so if anyone's wondering why we've not done that. Okay, so engine 2 is now stabilised and happy. Turn that off. Turn that off. Turn those on. Turn that off. Okay, so just a bit of a recap then on the departure. It's no changes to our performance, no LMCs, nothing like that. The engine out procedure here is standard. Disregard that in a moment. Engine out procedure here is standard. Straight out, pull the head in bug, and then 2,000 feet left turn will enter the hold 3,000 feet. Departure, Pavel 2, straight out, noise abatement 2, and a left-hand turn. And our initial stop climb is set for 17,000. We'll climb by the SID though, leave it in manage mode. Right, taxi checklist. Flight controls checked. Config 1 checked. FMA, climbing up blue 152, 7,000 magenta. Radar and predictive wind shear on. ECAM memo. Cancel master caution. Disregard that ECAM. Oh, do you know? It's a lot better since the update controlling this aircraft, but still has its moments. To be fair, that wasn't. That was me using the right mouse button to look down there, but there's still a bug in the simulator, isn't there? You use the right mouse button, then all your inputs become null and void. Right, come on, cabin crew. What are you playing at? I'll give you a ding.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff.
There we go.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Lovely. Right, that approach patch looks clear. I've not heard anything on Unicom. Detroit traffic Delta 1541 lining up full length departure runway 21 right, Pavel 2 departure. Okay, all the lights are on. Packs off. And the lineup checklist. Actually, I'm not convinced we finished the taxi checklist. So ECAM memo now. There we go. Takeoff no blue. EFB is stowed and disconnected. Lineup checklist. Cabin is secured for takeoff. Takeoff runway. Mike 6 full length runway 21 right. TCAS JRA packs 1 2 off. Hey Lee, good to see you. One hour 16 minutes, we should be in New York. Okay, engine 2 critical. Full side stick deflection for the heavy crosswinds. Okay, takeoff. Engine stable. Set takeoff thrust. Manflex SRS ultra thrust blue. Knots. V1, rotate.
Detroit traffic United 1885, land off 21 right, still right 5.
Gorgeous. Okay, positive rate, gear up. Nav. Quick goodbye to Detroit Airport. Wow, that was our parking spot down there. Okay. Thrust climb. Autopilot 1 engaged. Anti-gas can come off. I love the landscape, the way the sun actually illuminates different parts of it because of the cloud layers. It's just one of those things that helps to really add to the realism, isn't it, in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Darren, good evening. All right, we're past airspeed. Let's clean her up. Flaps 0, spoilers disarmed. Elias, so ABC, so you have different category aircrafts, and the different categories are based upon the landing speed over the threshold. So Lee, you're close, mate. But actually, it's nothing to do with the size of the plane. So even I think it might be the Embraer jet. It's still a Category C aircraft, the same as the A320. Because it's all down to that landing speed. If you Google it, you can get the landing speed in the categories. I can't remember them off by heart. There's always something interesting to look at when you're flying over this part of the USA. Right, cloud layers. Anti-ice back on. Climbing via the SID. And spoilers, flaps, gear, lights. So this is something we don't get in Europe very often. Constraints keeping us low. Well, we might do, but ATC usually clear us above them. But for now, we shall stick with it. And Joe says he knows European companies turn the packs off all the time. He says he's flown the plane for 14 months, haven't turned the packs off once. I think though, Joe, it's a low-cost carrier thing. Pencil pushers somewhere will have worked out that it saves them a few pence per flight. Bit better performance as well for the engines. There's places, of course, in Europe, Innsbruck for example, where you leave the APU on for departure and the APU bleed. So the engines have got full performance in case they need to get out of there. We're on our way. So yeah then guys, remember if you're in the market for some new scenery, now is the time to get it. Inibuilds have got a sale on all of their airports, just £10, well £9.99. And if you'll use the link here on the channel at the top of the chat or in the video description, you'll also support the channel at the same time, which is always appreciated. Okay, so coming up on 10,000 feet, we'll do our usual stuff. So pop airports on the EFIS, 10,000 feet. I think everything's happy now, so seatbelt signs can come off. We're out of the clouds. The anti-ice can come off. Also another low-cost carrier thing. Cost index 0. RadNav page can be cleared out, and secondary flight plan can be cleared out. Right, so we've got no air traffic control, so let's just go ahead and clear ourselves up flight level 300. So I'm going to pop that into open climb, so we'll pull for standard pressures. So open climb 300 blue. Up we go. Disregard the in-op system. The left side stick is most certainly not inoperative. It just looks so good, doesn't it? I was picking the route obviously to fly tonight. I thought, well, we could fly between a couple of Inibuilds airports in the UK, but it's dark, and I do like flying in the USA for a change of scenery, and it's daylight, which is always nice. Mark Tully, hi Mark, good to see you. Great to see you catching us live. Hope you're doing well. I think those clouds are fading out now, but I'm sure someone in the chat earlier said it was raining down the east coast of the USA, so might not be this clear for a while. I'm going to put the terrain radar on as well, not because there's any terrain around, but just to get a bit of a picture of where we are. Like I say, situational awareness is not my strong point this side of the Atlantic. So this is this Lake Michigan? Might not be. Well, I think it is part of Lake Michigan, isn't it? It kind of hooks around. Pilot Andy, mate, thank you so much for your £10 super chat saying, or 10 Swiss francs super chat saying thank you so much for all your helpful videos and best regards. Andy, thank you, mate. I really do appreciate that, and I'm glad you're finding the videos helpful as well. Very generous of you to support us. Thank you so much. And Max says, is the Inibuilds A320 only in the beta version? Yes, it is at the moment. So that's why I've not flown it yet, because I don't have the beta version. Joe John, and actually saying it's Lake Erie. See, I tell you, my geographical knowledge is useless. I do think one day I'm going to put myself to the test to see how many U.S. states I can, how many U.S. states I can name. I bet I don't get all 52 without cheating. Clearly, FPS in the sim is stuttering. I would definitely recommend resetting the rolling cache, clearing all that out. Definitely makes a difference. So Mark, you're actually still working, but at least you're getting to watch us while you work. Excellent. Hey Rui, good to see you. Right, so 370, it's close to our max. Maybe we'll opt for 3.5 for the time being. So 350 blue set. Oh, of course it's not Lake Michigan. What a numpty. I didn't zoom out on the iPad far enough. For some reason, of course. Lake Michigan's over here, isn't it? By Chicago and Magisfield. Magisfield as was. I do say this every time I fly in the USA, and it's just, you cannot believe the size of it. For someone like me based in the UK, it's just incomprehensible that this is just a very, very small part of the USA. You fly up the middle of the country in the UK. You look out the left window, you can see one side of the country. You look out the right window, you see the other side. You can literally see both, almost both shorelines on a clear day. Right, 10,000 feet to go, then we'll do our fuel checks and just start looking at what we can expect when we get into New York. Well, those clouds have cleared up quite nicely, haven't they? Not a cloud in the sky. It's perfect. So what is everybody's plans then for the Easter weekend? Is anybody working over the Easter weekend? Hats off to you if you are. Pilot Andy, how can you support the channel? Well, Andy, you know, the best way at the moment is actually to aside from channel membership, of course, if you wish. At the moment, either the aviation, the merch store, just advertised there in the video description below, or if you want to grab some scenery from Microsoft Flight Simulator from Inibuilds, then again use the link in the video description or at the top of the chat screen, and just buying those also supports us as well. So at least you're getting something for that as well. Bob Pilot, you're in the tower at EGTR all weekend. I feel like I should know where that is, Bob Pilot. Where? Go on, where's that? Help me out. That's not somewhere a 320 lands, is it? Elstree. Oh, is that a private airstrip? It's not commercial, is it? That sounds like that actually sounds like a great weekend, though, to be honest. Retro says he is trying to learn how to fly the A320 this weekend. What a great way to spend the weekend. Lee, you're off till Tuesday. Was thinking about going away, but the weather's rubbish. It is. The weather is awful at the minute, which is really, really frustrating for all the kids on the street that want to go out and play. Chris says, finally home for 5 days. Just driven from the south coast to Sheffield. Took you 6.5 hours to drive 230 miles. First weekend off in a month. Excellent, Chris. Yeah, well, to be fair, when you get up the M1 towards Sheffield and they slap the 50-mile-an-hour roadworks on for 50 miles or however long it is, that really doesn't help the end of the journey, does it? Bob Pilot, JB, you get the turbines, PT-12s, King Airs and TBMs, and presumably, you know, this is the time to fly if you're private flying and GA flying, so hopefully you'll get a lot of traffic as well, which will be nice. Clever, you're off to the Maldives tomorrow. We're not jealous in the slightest. Richard, you're off to good old Blackpool tomorrow for the day, then see what the weather brings. Oh, you're going to be cold and wet. I'll tell you what's going to happen. Arrival zone, you're off till Tuesday, so lots of 737 Jet 2 flights in the sim. No arrival zone. Airbus. Jet 2 moving across to Airbus. Do some ops in the A320 out of Manchester. Mr. Dog, any coupon codes for the Wingwing A320 FCU? Not that I'm aware of, Mr. Dog. But I am looking forward to showcasing that on the channel in the near future. So make sure you don't miss that. Hey Barry, good to see you. Oh, Clive, I thought you were going to the Maldives in real life then. Oh, only doing it simulated. Fair enough. Mark, you much prefer using the M1 over the M62? Yeah, the M62 is an absolute pain. Clever, you spend so much money on scenery you can't afford a real holiday. Have you bought the scenery for the Maldives? Rattlestones, that's a good shout. Been doing lots of VATSIM flights lately. Well, there you go. You can now do some Airbus flights from Manchester. Have a tray table and everything. Oh, right, what time's the box say we're going to get into JFK? Let's have a quick look. Clever's just got Ponta Delgada and OMDB. I have no idea where that is. Is that Addis Ababa? Lee says he's taking the flyby around Europe tomorrow on VATSIM. Oh, it's Dubai, isn't it? Yeah. They've obviously got Addis Ababa and Dubai out at the moment, haven't they? So. Can tell that's another part of the world I don't often fly in. See, that's something you could do. You could all go and buy the Inibuilds Dubai Airport ready for the fly-by-wire A380, which when that drops, Dubai is going to be absolutely plastered with them. Which is why I'll probably avoid it. RSA to the sea, good evening to you. I always said my first flight in the A380 would be replicating my first real flight. To be fair, Clever, talking about the A380 and the Maldives. It wasn't the Maldives I went to, but it was Mauritius. I flew Manchester to Dubai on the A380 and then Dubai to Mauritius, which was also an A380, which I didn't expect that to be. I thought it would be a 777 or something like that, but it wasn't. It was an A380. So that was for my honeymoon a few years ago now. Richard, wait till the A380 drops. Imagine the queue at Manchester. You see, Richard, that would ruin it for me. Just because Manchester at any one time, at a maximum, will get 2 A380s in, and that's usually only if one's been delayed. Dark says we need you to get Luton so you can do some Ryanair. Why on earth would I do Ryanair ops? And from Luton as well, the home of EasyJet. Come on, dog. Yeah, well, when Luton drops, we will absolutely be showcasing it here on the channel from Inibuilds, of course. Interloper, what European airports in the sale would I recommend? Okay, Leeds Bradford. You've got Leeds Bradford, Southampton, Gatwick, Stansted, Heathrow of course. Have I missed any out? They're just the British ones, aren't they? You've got Ibiza, you've got Barcelona. There's absolutely those. Just click on the link and have a browse, honestly. Can do that whilst we're in cruise. Dark, Manchester has 3 A380s. Well, it does, Dark, but they don't use them. They never use one. Stand 12. Right, that's file 350. I'm just going to update the box for a minute. Pop it into Alt Cruise. There we go. Mark Alt Cruise. Set TCAS 2 below. And cost index back to 20. We'll cycle our SD pages, make sure we haven't broken anything. That's all looking good. That's fine. Yeah. 1.8 tons of fuel used, yeah. That's 8 tons in total, so we don't have a fuel leak. 21, 22 degrees. Ugh, I prefer a bit warmer than that. I'll just turn that up a fraction. I might do Birmingham. Birmingham have an A380 as well. No one's going to think of using Birmingham for an A380 flight. Heathrow will be packed. Dubai will just be absolutely rammed. Right, they're fine. Nothing showing on the overhead. That's fine as well. All right, we'll do a fuel check in about 15 minutes then. Dark Fury says he thinks VATSIM should put restrictions of A380s under ATC control. I do agree with you. I agree with you, Dark. I actually do, because imagine turning up at an airport and there's just 60 A380s waiting to depart. Like, come on. I'll be Glasgow. Yeah, Glasgow has it as well, doesn't it? But how would VATSIM do it? What would they do? How would they actually do it? Tyler Aviation, has Inibuild confirmed Luton? Yes, Tyler, yes they have. That's not out there yet though, so you can't pick it up in the Easter sale. Roderick, am I still using FSLTL for the models? Roderick, yes I am, yeah. Obviously don't use the traffic injection. So at this point we'll also look at en route weathers, which, when you're familiar with a part of the world, is a lot easier to do. Me, I'm just batting in the dark a little bit here. So yeah, in all honesty, I've got no idea where we would dive into right now. This is the other thing that I'd really want the Fenix team to fix, and I need them to just block out runways that actually aren't capable of taking a 320. You know, the thing when flying in America, if you have every single airport available on your navigation display, there's far too many. Richard, which UK airports other than London ones accept 380s? Oh, Birmingham, Glasgow, Manchester, they take them. Depends whether you count Stansted as I suppose it's London Stansted, isn't it? Gatwick, they take it. Doncaster could take it, Dark, yeah. Manchester, Birmingham, Glasgow, Doncaster Airport. I would say VATSIM should allow only people who have at least 500 hours on the network to fly A380s on the network. The thing is as well, I wouldn't expect any A380s to be out on the VATSIM network, because how do you fly it? You know, the day it comes out, I won't be going on VATSIM for my first flight. No chance. I don't know how to fly that beast. Sure, it's an Airbus, so I'm pretty certain a lot of the procedures will be the same, similar, etc. Excellent, we weren't late. But you know, I want to get my head around it. Or the cockpit is entirely different. Arrival Zone says just grabbed leads off the Inibuilds website. Looking forward to that. Arrival Zone, excellent. Hope you use the link, mate. Supports us as well. Don't worry about it if you didn't. But yeah, Leeds is a great airport. Get some Jet 2 ops. You can also do a little EasyJet flight to Belfast from Leeds. Arrival Zone, awesome, thank you. J221, happy Easter to you. Oh, it's just going to be an absolute chocolate fest, isn't it, in our house in the next 3 days. I'm not a massive chocolate lover. That is to say that I do like chocolate. If it's there, I will sit and eat it, but I won't, you know, I won't gorge on it. My wife would. My God, if there's any chocolate in the house, she would quite happily eat it while writing her essays and things. I suppose it's like a reward for hard work, and I don't work hard enough to earn the reward. Okay, so let's have a look at the arrival. Oh, chocolate milkshakes, J-Hog, they're different. That's not a bar of chocolate. Hey, flight level, good evening to you. Right, so what have we got? Our arrival begins at Wilkes-Barre? Wilkes-Barre? How on earth are you pronouncing that? LVZ, anyway. Then, just checking the coding of this. We've got Geno, which is interesting because there's we can expect 230 there. It's not in the box as a constraint, funnily enough. Anyway, RTSTW Lendy 250190. LaGuardia, expect vectors to final approach course after LaGuardia's V1. That's fine. Yeah, interesting that we don't have any of those constraints in the box there. Do we put them in? Do we not put them in? I'm not entirely sure, to be perfectly honest with you. See, it says turbojets to expect that. It doesn't say it will be. Same there at Geno, expect, which is interesting. JFK Tower is on. New York approach is online. So we are going to get some ATC anyway. So they'll tell us what to do and where to go. Let's just have a look then at the arrival itself. So MSA is not really a problem. It's at 2,900 over Manhattan, 2,000 then, and we're on approach to 4 left, 4 right. Have we got access to JFK's 80s? 128725. See what runways are in use.
38. Light rain. Few clouds at 1,200. 3,900 scattered. Ceiling 5,000 overcast. Temperature 9er. 2.7. Altimeter 29991. Approach in use ILS runway 4 left. ILS runway 4 right. Departing runway 4 left. Aircraft filed over Robbinsville. Dixie, Yardley, or right expect runway 31 left from intersection Kilo Echo for departure. Notices to air mission. Operate transponder on mode Charlie on all taxiways and runways. Retake all runway hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You'll have information Delta.
Okay, so I think we got most of that. I'm just going to grab the winds.
Kennedy Airport ATIP information Delta 1951 Zulu. Wind 350 at 9er. Visibility 8. Light rain. Few clouds at 1,200. 3,900 scattered. Ceiling 5,000 overcast. Temperature 9er.
So that is that's category 1 stuff. That's fine. Just fill in the box whilst we've got it. Save time later. So that QNH 2991. Temperature is 9, so we'll have anti-ice on for the landing. Winds 250 at 9. Transition altitude, yeah, 1800. Config 3 for landing. Nice long runway. We'll do a landing performance check in a moment. So yeah, that's fine. Secondary flight plan. So we've checked the main flight plan. RadNav page. We've got obviously JFK. And also pop in LGA. So they're both in. RadNav page is set up. Progress page then is KJFK 04. We've got right expected in the flight plan. Left is a possibility though, so I'll get that on there. I'll also just have a look at popping in JFK 04 right. Pop a 9-mile radius around that. That helps me plan my descent 3,000 feet as we pass there. That's fine. Hey, Digital Flight Deck's on board. Hey, Digital. Hope you're doing well. Joe says, yeah, as you can imagine, the airspace around New York's busy, so JFK's arrivals come in, overhead landing 190250, then the approach will step you down 1613 2000. Perfect. Be interesting now to see if they actually do that on the virtual air traffic network as well. So that'd be cool. Yeah, we are in your neck of the woods, Digital, celebrating 37 months of training Captain Level membership. Digital, your support is unfathomable. Amazing stuff. Great to see you on board. Yeah, whilst, as you say, we are in your neck of the woods. So thanks, Digital, and as always, great to see you. Okay, so estimated landing weight 59, about 64 tons. Then landing weight. So we'll have a look at the landing performance information in a moment. Secondary flight plan, I'll just copy that, and then what we're going to do is I'm just going to change the arrival runway here, and we'll get that in. No via, that's fine. So I've just got 4 left in there in case we need it. What's the Easter weekend activities then? Then Digital, anything good? Flight level, how to learn to fly on VATSIM. The first thing you need to do is just know how to fly whatever aircraft you want to fly. That's the most important thing. You have to be able to fly that. Okay, so we've got a wet runway. So what we're going to do is we'll go medium poor to begin with. Just get that METAR in there. Landing weight 64 tons. No failures. Wind flaps 3. Landing distance required 2555. Landing distance available 5 meters today. Okay, so basically that's just to check to see if we can do idle reverse. We should be able to stop with idle reverse on that. So that's fine. 8 knot crosswind as well from the right as we're landing. Actual weather conditions. We haven't got a runway condition code, but it's not dry, so we'll go with good. Yeah, then we're fine. So we can use max reverse if we can use idle reverse. No need to use max unless I think the aircraft's not slowing down as well as I want it to. And again, that's just a standard operation thing. I don't know if all airlines do that for wet runways to see whether they're going to use idle or whether they're going to have to use max. It's a bit of a strange thing to do, but it's in the manual, so that's what we do. See you later then, Digital. Good to see you again, mate. Enjoy the Easter weekend. Right, let's do a fuel check then now, shall we? So we're at Hoxie. ATC, is that ATC? Did I put the squawk in that we had? No, I didn't. Whoops. So we took 1.1 ton extra, 1.1 ton extra. With the contingency, that's another 200 kilogram, so that's 1.3 tons extra. So at Hoxie, we should have about 5.6 ton, and that is what we've got, more or less 5560. So fuel check complete, and top of descent is about 100 miles away. Alright, so let's brief our arrival and what we're expecting from it then. Hey Jay Spooner, thank you mate, says he loves the streams, but also did the egg thing I said in the last stream, and it's true, you can't crack an egg in your hand. I know, it's crackers, isn't it? And I lost a bet with my 9-year-old, and so he's been playing today with his new aircraft models and ground vehicles. Okay, so let's brief. So we've spoken about the weather. You know, we've got a decent bit of a decent crosswind from the right as we're coming in. No, it isn't. It's from the left as we're coming in. Wind 350 at 9. So we are expecting 230 Geno, 190 Lindy, you know, just coming straight along the SID. The fun begins then once we get to LaGuardia, where we'll then be vectored in. MSA 29, then 2000, that's all fine. ATC is online, so we might get a shortcut or track mileage, anything like that. Again, that is fine. Threats to be aware of on this approach: it could be busy, we might end up having to hold. It's not really a threat, but just be aware of that. And 250 then at Lendy would make sense for us. So that's cool. After that, then we're going to get manually vectored in. We're expecting runway 04 right. If that is the case, let's just have a quick look at that. So our platform altitude then is 2,000 feet. No, it isn't. Platform altitude is 1,500 feet. Normal 3-degree approach. PAP is on the left, and yeah, that's pretty straightforward to go. And if we have to do it, then 800 feet, then a right turn to 4,000 for the missed approach into the hold at Deer Park. If we're on for left, however, let's just check this out. Same platform altitude, so that's fine. Same 3-degree glide, that's fine as well. Puppy's on the left. Missed approach, straight out on runway heading, so different. So there's a bit of a threat if we do get to. We do need to change. So it's climbed to 2,000 feet, then right turn 3,000, and we're holding at Duffy. So missed approach is 4,404. Right. Sorry, I'm just writing this down. And missed approach is initially 3,000 for 04 left. Subtle difference, but ones we need to be aware of. Pilot Andy, mate, thank you so much. Welcome to Training Captain level membership. Really great of you to support the channel. Thank you so much, mate. And the legend Dark Fury has gifted 5 EasyJet SimPilot channel memberships as well. Welcome to our new members. Thank you so much, Dark. Really do appreciate that. And yes, and welcome to all our new members. Be sure to get yourselves in the members lounge, of course, in the Discord server, and check out our members only streams that we've had as well. Threats and error management then. Big threat is our sort of lack of situational awareness. Not lack of situational awareness, that's probably wrong, but we're unfamiliar with it. It's very, very busy airspace, so if there is lots of traffic in there, let's just pay attention to the comms that we've got, build up a good mental picture. Threat of the last minute runway change as well. We've got that. We'll mitigate that because it's in the secondary flight plan. We've just briefed both approaches. The same approach, more or less, you know, got same platform altitudes, same glide path angles. The go around is different though. We've looked at those. We've just briefed how they're going to be flown and what the altitudes are for for that. There's no terrain around the airport, so that's all okay. So let's have a look then after landing what we can expect. So if we're on 4 right, we'll probably look at vacating, maybe Foxtrot. If not, it's going to be Fox Bravo Echo if we've had a really long landing and it's raining heavy and we're not stopping as fast as we would normally expect to. If it's 4 left, we'll be vacating Foxtrot or Yankee Alpha most likely. Either way, both vacating to the left. This is where no local knowledge really does come in, because pilots that will fly here often will know exactly what to expect. Me, we're just going to vacate, hold, and we'll then get told to basically clear to the ramp, monitor ground 1 to 1.9 or whatever frequency it is. I think it is 1 to 1.9 actually. Where do Delta park? I actually have no idea. Someone in the chat will know where we expect the Delta gate to be. Jet 2 is all around here, not Jet 2. Jet Blue is all around here, isn't it? I'm not sure where Delta are. Certainly not over here. That's Terminal 8, isn't it? And we'll also be using auto brake low, so I'll just get that on. Just realised you won't be able to see the ground there, but there we are. So vacating to the left. Dr. Magic says, really need to start simming again. Haven't flown since Christmas. Oh my word! Not looking forward to all the updates. The best thing, Dr. Magic, I would just do a fresh install. I'd freshly install everything. Microsoft Flight Simulator and the lot. That way you're getting everything clean as well, and then just download the airports as you want them. John, is it the Bravo gates? If it is the Bravo gates, the Bravo concourse as they call it, and that's down here. Dudugu is Inibuilds JFK good. See for yourself in about half an hour's time, because that is where we'll be landing. And if you want to pick it up, yeah, definitely can support us at the same time using the link at the top of the chat or in the video description down below. And if anyone is in the mood for some aviation merchandise, then check out again the video description with our aviation merch partner, Aviation Isle. Which is some really, really nice aviation-related gifts. And if you haven't done so already, guys, please do hit the like button. That really helps us with our YouTube algorithms as well. So thank you, everybody that's done that. Okay, I think we've briefed everything. We've looked at what the big threats are. Yeah, we've got a bit of a crosswind from the left, and the potential for the runway change, busy airspace, and that. Other than that, I think that's it. John, is that the one? Fantastic, and I know where we're headed. See, that's the other thing that you get as a pilot. You'll know where you're going to be parking, or roughly where you're going to be parking ahead of time. We've got light rain in New York as well, so see what it looks like when we get there. Oh, John, you're a retired Delta guy. Fantastic. Awesome. Was that cabin crew, ground ops, or sat at the front steering the jet? God, look at the crosswind we've got now. The difference between the heading and the track is noticeable with 150 knot, almost a perfect 90 degree 150 knot crosswind now. Those clouds look really nice down there, those low level ones. These are ones going to be providing the rain in New York. And Hasselborn as well for descent, given the look of the clouds ahead of us. Jill, what are the white and red lights on the centre bar down the car? Ah, okay, so they're not actually lights. What they are is they're meant to be used to give the pilots the optimum position to pop their seat. Obviously, everyone's different shapes and sizes, and the chairs move forward, back, up, down, etc. And the idea is that the perfect viewpoint is when the red ball is covering the white ball. So here, if you sat on in the left-hand seat, I mean, that doesn't look entirely realistic, does it? So when the red ball is covering the white ball, that is the perfect position. I'm not entirely sure about that. And just the same at this side here. So yeah, something like that. Actually, that's spot on. That's pretty good. Not too sure about the not too sure about the right hand side, the right hand seat. Ah, John, amazing front row seat for 12 years in the 320, 8 in the 330. You see, that's the next level, isn't it? From heavy workload management on those 320 flights, particularly if they're short, to long times scrolling through your phone and whatever else it is you do to pass the time on long hauls. Well, John, you'll be able to correct me in any Delta stops I don't know. I'm basically doing I'm basically doing EasyJet stops, obviously. I'm sure there'll be some differences, but there are a couple of things that EasyJet have brought in recently which are a bit more in line with Airbus stops, but we'll still do things like turn the packs off for departure and lower the cost index to 0 in the cruise. Get us up there a bit quicker. Anything to save the pennies. VL3 Simulations, hello. How are you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. John, you'll also be able to sort out any errors and threats I may have overlooked. Particularly as this sounds like your part of the woods rather than mine. I'm 3,500 miles away from home. Okay, so top of descent is coming up, and we've yeah, we're just overhead the Lima Victor Zulu VOR. Strangely enough, we've got nothing in the database with regards to constraints. What I am going to do though at Lendy is we're just going to update that now, and we are going to hold we're going to hold 190. Then if ATC wanted to do that, we're prepped for it, and I'll easily be able to get down at 190 in time, because we're going to be brought basically around down the south. Over Manhattan actually, which would be quite nice, and then maybe not over Manhattan, we'll need to be kept clear of Newark traffic, but yeah, should get a nice view if you sat on the left hand side. Right, so we've just entered that. That's actually just pushed our top percent a few miles further forward, which is good. That saves money. John, that means a lot, so I'll take that to heart tonight. VL3, how's the 320 going? Still having reverser issues? Presumably, VL, have you calibrated it? You obviously have to do it through the box to make sure it all works. Looks like our nice view of the ground is now gone, isn't it? A little bit there, but yes. Here comes the cloudy skies above New York. One thing as well that I have done, which I'm not showing you guys yet on the navigation display, is just if we're getting vectored in, that is our 9-mile radial around the runway thresholds, which is essentially, if we're about 3,000 feet here, then that's perfect on the ILS. I mean, to be honest, we can change that if we need to a 6-mile radius to give us 2,000 feet, because they might bring us in for a short final. I don't really know what they normally do, but there we go. It's not a flap ring, Dark. That has absolutely nothing to do with flaps. I'm not a Ryanair pilot. Okay, master caution, cancel master caution. This is a simulator issue. Side stick fault. Okay, happy to disregard, clear ECAM. Hey Mona, good to see you. So, John, if you don't mind me asking, this is a great time to find out. So, what would you say is the biggest difference between the 320 family and the 330 family? What was your biggest difference? Anything at all? Right, so we've just got thrust idle descent 190 blue. Down we go. Neil says, glad he didn't miss the arrival. No, in fact, you literally are just missing us as we start to head down. Just keep an eye on how that's going to work, whether we need to just wind the speed up a fraction as we get down to keep on profile. We're about 400 feet. It's catching up now. It's always the danger, if you're just a little bit late going and manage to descent, you get a bit close to VMO. But I think looking at that, we're going to be okay. Okay, altimeter latest in New York. I've just got an updated weather. It is 2988. Set that on standby. 2988. Oh, I didn't put the minimums in. Oops. Would have caught that in the checklist though. Minimums 212. Winds now are 360 at 10. And we have information echo. Okay, anti-ice is on. And this is New York approach. 12812. Right, here comes the fun bit then, guys. New York approach, ATC. Let's let's see how we get on. New York approach, good evening, Delta 1541, passing through flight level 270, A320, information echo.
Delta 1541, New York approach, hello, ident for me, please. Expect the ILS runway 4 right today.
Squawk ident, I expect the ILS 04 right for Delta 1541.
New York approach, good afternoon, United 1885, descend through 9,600 feet, inbound Sweet Health.
United 1885, New York approach, hello, the Newark information is India, expect the ILS 4 right today. Descending maintain 7,000, altimeter 29er, 89er.
Descend 7,000 and QH2989 at United 1885.
Delta 1541, clear direct Lendy, descend maintain flight level 210.
Direct Lendy, descend maintain flight level 210, Delta 1541. 210 blue. And we're already direct Lendy, so that's fine.
United 1885, fly heading 140, vectors for the ILS 4 right.
Flight 140, expect vectors for ILS 4 right, United 1885.
Don't think I've ever landed on this runway at JFK before. As John says, first thing that came to mind was because of the greater inertia of the 330. Yeah, obviously massive aircraft compared to the 320. The autothrust would get behind in gusty conditions, so it was sometimes just best to disengage it. That's interesting, particularly I say that because I always fly with the autothrust on, as a lot of airlines do. But there are airlines here in Europe that you know, they prefer the guys to land manually. Which I can understand as well. It's a skill and probably a perishable one at that. If you don't land with it. I keep saying one now. I'm going to do an
Delta
approach.
1541, turn right heading 140, vector for the approach. Descend to maintain 17,000. Kennedy altimeter 29er 88.
Right, heading 140, descend maintain altitude 17,000 and QNH 2988 Delta 1541. That is where the mini FCU comes in so
Delta
handy.
1541, maintain 250 knots, please.
And speed 250, Delta 1541.
Jazz 554 at flight level 190, reduce speed 250, please.
We're just reducing now to 250 knots, Jazz 554.
Okay, so a thrust idle over descent 170, speed 250.
American 2073, new departure, hello to you.
We'll tidy up that flight plan as well now if we're going to get vectored in.
We are in the gate Bravo 8. We are ready for push and start.
American 2073, pushback engine starter at pause discretion. Hold short of taxiway Alpha, please, and advise ready for taxi.
Okay, pushback. Initial approved. We were ready. Call for taxi. American 2073.
United, rather. United 1885. Descend to maintain 5,000.
Descend to maintain 5,000, United 1885.
Delta 1541, descend to maintain 16,000.
Descend maintain 16,000 Delta 1541.
Jazz 554, descend to maintain 17,000, altimeter 2988.
Descend to maintain 17,000, altimeter 2988, Jazz 554.
16,000 blue. John, yeah, that's a good one. You're a lot further off the ground, aren't you? In the
Jazz 554,
in
fly
the
heading
330.
180.
Heading 180, Jazz 554.
The picture will look very different out the window, won't it?
Approach Lindbergh 4173, Commander Romeo 5, Sheriff India 6.
Lindbergh 4173, new departure, hello to you. Runway 4 left, taxi by Bravo to Double Alpha.
Left line Bravo, Double Alpha, Lindbergh 4173.
Oh, this weather's horrible.
Delta 1541, fly heading 130.
Heading 130, Delta 1541.
Jazz 554, fly heading 150, descend to maintain 16,000.
Descend maintain 16,000 and left heading 150, just 554.
Oh, I wish I had a working weather radar. This looks like the kind of stuff you really wouldn't want to fly through in real life. So what do we reckon track mileage then? About 20, 30...
Delta 1541,
30
descend
miles?
and maintain 13,000.
Does that maintain 13,000 Delta 1541?
Hello again.
Bit of speed break, I think.
235 requesting taxi with information mic.
So speed brakes are out.
Delta 235, near departure, welcome back. Runway 31, taxi via Alpha to Zulu.
Taxi via Alpha for Delta 235.
Jazz 554, flighting 130.
Heading 130, just 554.
United 1885, descend and maintain
Oh, look at the
4,000.
rain.
Descend to maintain 4,000, United 1885.
Jazz 554, descend and
Yeah, so
maintain
just got the speed brakes out
13,000.
because I reckon I've got about 30
Maintain
track miles to
13,000,
run,
just
maybe a
554.
bit more. And with 30 track miles, you want to be about 10,000 feet. So we're about 5,000 feet above that at the minute. I'm sure it's going to give us vectors to sort it out really fine, but if we just get down a little bit, I'd feel a bit more comfortable. GL, mate, that is incredible. Thank you so much for your $4.99 super chat saying, just getting back into flight sim after several years away, spending money I don't have on flight sim stuff. Really enjoying the channel. GL, thank you so much for supporting us. That's really very generous of you.
New York approach, this is Air Canada 8642.
Oh my God, look
I'm
at those
about
clouds.
7.5 miles north of Teresa, en route to LGA at flight level 18,500, descending to 8,000.
It is a wall of
to cross
cloud. Have you ever
Navi.
seen anything like this?
Air Canada 8642, New York approach.
This is live weather as well. This is
2985, information's Mike.
Not anything I've set up. Landers, what did I
Okay,
do
thank
with
you.
the
Is there anyone
FMGC
on
at
LaGuardia
Lendy?
tonight?
I am covering LaGuardia, and I think we're about to get a tower.
I've no idea.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Delta 1541, turn right, heading 180, descend and maintain 8,000.
Right heading 180 and descend altitude 8,000, Delta 1541.
So the 235 on the port runway 31.
180 the heading and 8,000 long.
Stand by 1.
Sorry, wait. We were requesting takeoff clearance. We're holding short on my 31 at LaGuardia.
Roger, stand by.
Information mic.
Roger, stand by.
Stand by, sorry.
Jazz 8554, turn right, heading 180, descend and maintain 8,000.
Right heading 180, descend and maintain 8,000, just 554.
And Delta 1541, descend and maintain 8,000 as well.
So maintain 8,000, Delta 1541.
0, descend and maintain 2,000.
Just had 11%. Sorry, I've just completely mucked something up on the in the
Delta
box.
235, flighting 360, maintain 5,000, wind 360 at 7, runway 31, clear for takeoff.
Was that for Delta 235? Sorry about that.
Just need to sort the box out
putting my
one
clock
moment.
down.
Delta 235, flight heading 360, maintain 5,000, wind at 360 at 7, runway 31, clear for takeoff.
Flight heading 360, climb him 5,000, clear for takeoff from 31. Thank you.
United 1885, intercept the localizer, runway 4 right.
Intercept
That's
localizer.
better. I
right, United
have no idea what I pressed there. I must have caught something in the box that I didn't mean to catch.
Pacific 1385, near departure radar contact, climb maintain
Just tidy that all back up
11,000.
again.
1111, 1385.
That's better.
New York departure, American 273, we are ready for taxi.
American 2073, near departure. American 2073, near departure. 2035, flighting 360, maintain 5,000, wind at 360 at 7, runway 31, clear for takeoff.
2035,
5,000, wind at 360 at 7, runway 31, clear for takeoff.
That's better.
Stand by.
Okay, approach phase is
Stand by.
activated.
Lindbergh 4173, wind at Newark is 350 at 9, runway 4 left, clear for takeoff.
Takeoff full
Approach
left,
checklist, bar
4173.
FQNH
Forget 85, 7 miles
2988.
from Dune, clear
Signal
to ILS
signs on.
24 right, approach.
Clear for runway ILS
Minimum
4
is
right, approach
212.
1985.
Delta 1541, turn right heading 210, descend to maintain 4000.
Right heading 210, descend maintain 4000, Delta 1541. 4000 blue, heading 210. Yeah, so minimum is
United
212.
1885 at Newark, the
Water
wind
brake
is
low,
350 at 9
EFB
knots,
stowed.
24 right, clear to land, traffic departs at parallel, party arrival will be no factor.
Expand runway 04 right, United 1885.
There's an American calling for taxi. Is it American 2073 at LaGuardia?
Yeah, American 2073, we're ready for taxi.
Oh, hello, American 2073. Tower's open now, 118.7, so squawk mode, Charlie, and contact the tower at 118.7. Talk to you again soon.
921, 921, flight level 140.
Please listen on the frequency before you call. Aircraft for LaGuardia, American 2073. Go ahead and acknowledge the frequency, please.
Yeah, with Lower Tower, so for American 2073, thank you.
Thank you. Delta 235 radar contact. Flight heading 070 now. Climb maintain 1010,000. See altitude leaving.
Flying in these clouds really doesn't help with situational awareness. We've flown right
Delta
past
235
the
heading 070. Climb maintain 1010,000.
north of LaGuardia. Yeah, north of, sorry, of JFK.
010,000, you said?
Delta 235 heading 070. Climb maintain 10,000. 70 heading 10,000 feet.
Sorry, yeah, comment in 10,000, thank you.
Jazz 554, turn right heading 220, descend to maintain 4,000.
Maintain 4,000, right 220, Jazz 554.
Delta 1541, turn right heading 290, descend to maintain 3,000.
Right heading 290, descend maintain 3000, Delta 1541.
And a good rate down if you can, please. Pacific 1385, clear direct Robbinsville, now climb maintain 17,000.
Robbinsville 17, 1385.
And clip, Pacific 1385, next controller
India
is not
Juliet
online for
Fox
the climb.
Kilo
Radar
is
service
identified
terminated.
as
Frequency
well.
approved. Unicom, have a great night.
Unicom 1385, thanks, we'll see you.
And at 281, new approach. Hello to you. Information and echoes current at Kennedy. Expect the ILS 24 right today.
Okay, let's start slowing down. Manage speed.
04 right, flight level 140, 120. Correct.
And at 281, cross cover to that, maintain 12,250 knots.
1,250 knots, already set.
Oh, this weather's
Delta
horrible.
235, clear direct Grecki, climb maintain 17,000, up to 17 now.
Comment in 17,000, Delta 235.
Lindbergh 4173, no departure radar contact. Fly heading 040, climb maintain 6,000, see altitude leaving.
15 miles out.
6,000, 3,000, 3173.
Thank you. Delta 1541, turn right heading 330, descend to maintain 2,000 now.
Right heading 330, descend 2000, Delta 1541.
Delta 235, give me a good rate of climb, please. And maintain 250 knots, that's the speed limit.
Not yet being cleared for the approach. We're about to intercept it though in a...
Delta 1541, continue right, actually heading 015, and it's up the localizer, runway 4 right.
Continue right turn 015 and intercept localizer 04 right, Delta 1541.
And Delta 1541, maintain 210 knots, please, 210 exactly.
210 knots for Delta 1541. Fox 1, speed's checked.
Air Canada 8642, maintain 8,000.
Maintain 8,000, Air Canada 8642.
That glide slope from above procedure might be called for here.
Air Canada 8642,
Oh, glide slope,
clear
blue,
direct Harp,
Cat 3
descend to maintain
Power 1
4,000 now,
and
actually.
2.
Clear direct
Hand on the speed brake.
maintain 4,000. Air Canada 8642.
Jet 554, turn right, heading
Not too much
310,
narration
reduce
from
speed
me
to
as I just keep
210.
looking at our
Right,
position.
310, reducing speed to 210,
Yeah,
Jazz 554.
Delta 235, contact Boston Center 134.7, have a good day.
Contacting Boston Center, and have an amazing day. Thank you for
We're going to need to slow down, otherwise I ain't going to
I
get
appreciate you.
Foxtrot.
Lindbergh 4173, turn right, heading 120, climb maintain 1010,000.
Right to 120, 10,000, London 4173.
Delta 1541, 6 miles of Ebby, maintain 2,000 till established, clear the ILS runway 4 right approach, maintain 180 knots or faster, please till Ebby.
180 knots till Abbey or faster. Cleared Alice approach runway 04 right, Delta 1541.
Jazz 554 to maintain 2000.
To maintain 2000, Jazz 554.
Air Canada 8642, fly heading at 220, vectors ILS
Flight slope
194.
lock captured.
Heading 220, vectors ILS 194, Air Canada 8642.
Lindbergh
Must approach
4173, clear direct base,
4,000
climb maintain
feet.
15,000. Correction, 13,000.
Might need to help
Sorry.
the aircraft here and get the gear down.
2,000.
Lindbergh
Alright, gear
4173,
down.
direct base,
Earlier than
climb
normal,
maintain
but we need the...
13,000. Jazz 554, turn right heading at 330.
Right, 330, Jazz 554.
Delta 1541, Canadian Tower 190.1, now good night.
Over tower 191, Delta 1541, good night. Come on, slow down, slow down. Flaps 2, speeds checked, flaps 2. Tower Delta 1541, 04 right.
Delta 1541, Kent Tower, hello sir, wind 360 at 10 runway 4 right, clear to land.
Good land 04 right, Delta 1541.
November Tango 2 Alpha Bravo,
Right, slow down,
140.
manage the speed.
Right, 140, Tango 2 Alpha Bravo, thank you.
Flaps 3, speeds checked. God, this looks horrible.
And Tango 2 Alpha Bravo, just confirm, we will be able to make another turn towards the Hudson so that we can consider it be a part
5
along
miles.
Hudson.
Landing checklist. So the cabin's secured, go around
November Tango
altitude
21,
4,000.
November Tango 2 Alpha Bravo, my plan was to bring you out of the Class Bravo by the
Well, that was
shoreline.
more stressful than I'm used
We
to.
should have said that earlier if you wanted to go to the Hudson. What airport do you plan on arriving to?
My God, this isn't light rain
Tango 2 Alpha Bravo,
anymore.
we just plan to take her up to the Hudson, probably by Poughkeepsie and then right back to JFK.
There's the runway.
Alpha Bravo, stand by.
What about R5 control?
500.
Stable. Oh, that rain. It's thickening up. Wind from the left.
Okay, Tower,
3
good.
reds.
Healing Jazz 554, ILS 4 right.
100.
And Jazz 554 Kennedy Tower, hello, wind 360 at 10 runway 4 right, clear to land.
4 right, clear to land, Jazz 554.
Spoilers, reverse, decel. Manual brakes. Reverse is off.
November Tango 2 Alpha Bravo, you're going to have to wait for a second. Hudson and Denver Mary Space, I have to coordinate with other controllers now. Delta 5041, welcome to Kennedy. Continue on Foxtrot Alpha. Foxtrot, hold short of Detroit.
Foxtrot Alpha, Foxtrot, hold short to the right, Delta 1541. They've got such a gorgeous control tower at JFK, and on days like today, it's useless. I can't see a thing. Right, let's clean the aircraft up. Oh, that was interesting, isn't it? That was a little moment of, are we going to make that glide slope? Are we not? We didn't seem to get down quick enough. We were then kept to higher speed than I would have liked. Threw the gear down early to try and compensate. Seemed to work. We got there in the end. And with that touchdown as well, Barry, mate, that is incredible. Thank you so much. Gifting 10 EasyJet SimPilot channel memberships. That is incredible support, Barry. One of our mods, our channel members, of course. Awesome stuff. Thank you so much for your support, Barry. Really appreciate that. If you're going to stick around as well, check out the replay before we go. If you are on your way out, please hit the like button as you go, and don't forget to check out the links in the video description, top of the chat. Inibuild sale now on.
November Tango Alpha Bravo, you can just proceed along the shoreline west.
Is currently on sale. It's £9, £9 only. This airport at the moment.
Shoreline west, Tango Alpha Bravo.
As are all Inibuild sceneries.
Intel 1741, State Terminal.
Delta 1541, the Bravo concourse, please.
You said Bravo?
Sorry, was it the terminal you were asking for? Which terminal we're headed for?
A-firm.
I believe it's Bravo for Delta. Apologies, not too sure.
Okay, well, the Bravo is the cargo terminal, so probably not Bravo. I guess I can just cross on the way to right and then take a left on Bravo. I can take any of these entries.
Sorry, it was the Bravo concourse, so it's Terminal 4, if that's any better.
I got the Terminal 4. That makes more sense. Right, actually, correction. Cross to right and then left on Alpha, and take any of the entries.
Left on Alpha, then any of the entries for Terminal 4. Thanks so much, Delta 1541.
Yeah.
Right, strobe lights are on because this is an active runway. Just check there's nothing rolling down there out of the mist and fog. Joe says gate 48. That sounds like a plan. We'll go for it, Joe.
Jazz 554 vacated on Foxtrot. We're parking T7 to that.
Jazz 554, welcome to Kennedy. Continue on Foxtrot, hold your Detroit.
Foxtrot, show for left, just confirm.
A-firm. And remember, Tango to Alpha Bravo, maintain VFR at or below 500.
VFR? Really? In this?
Can you repeat the altitude again? Tango to Alpha Bravo.
I'm going to send you to 500 for a minute, since you're going to be crossing the runway right there.
See, GSX doesn't come up with the actual terminal that it doesn't give a terminal, does it?
Tango to Alpha Bravo, just maintain 500.
So I've got no idea where that would actually be. So we want Concourse Bravo. I don't think that's going to make a... Gate 4J. If that's a thing, we'll go for it. See if it's there. It stops at 47. Alright, well, we don't need it. So Joe, we could definitely have used someone in the right-hand seat.
Just 554, cross runway 22 right. taxi
Josh,
left
one of my
turn
Inibuilds JFK settings. So for this, I have turned off the sort of detailed interiors because I don't need those. I think I've got the train turned off as well because I don't really see it when I'm flying. I'll turn them back on if I'm making a video at this particular airport because it looks, yeah, it looks wonderful. So gate 48 is quite easy to find. Follow this taxiway all the way around the corner, and then first gate on the right.
Just 54.
Well over 3 minutes now, so we could
Just
shut down
54,
engine
cross runway 22 right.
2. We're not going to though,
taxi
just because
left
it
turn
affects the replay.
Correct, crossing 22 right. Engines we could go right, so we're parking at Terminal 7.
Apologies, sorry, then right on Bravo. Apologies.
Right up to Bravo, clear across 22 right, just 52, thanks.
PS 549 heavy requesting push and start.
GPS 549 heavy push and start at your own discretion and the device ready to taxi.
Take Hotel Bravo and park
Roger, thank you very much. Push on discussion, PS 549.
I mean, that's the gate we're going to, isn't it? I don't mind taxiing around JFK. I love this airport. I think it's awesome. Get rid of those though. Don't need that anymore. Oops. Turn those off. Follow this round here. Kilo Fox, first gate on the right. There it is.
November Tango Alpha Bravo, do you want the Skyline route or the Zephyr route?
Take 12 Alpha Bravo, the Skyline route, please.
Anyone actually in New York in real life on the stream at the moment? Is this what it looks like? It looks horrible.
Kennedy Tower, Delta 7861 with you information, Echo ready for taxi.
Delta 7861 heavy, runway 31 left at Kilo Echo, taxi via right on Alpha, Kilo Echo, hold traffic 31 left.
Two and left by Kilo Echo. Sorry, could you repeat that for Delta 7861?
Catering truck looks
Yep, Delta 7861
rather
heavy, runway
precariously
31 left,
parked. So
Kilo
do you know
Echo,
what? We'll take 46
taxi
Alpha.
via right on Alpha, Kilo Echo, hold traffic for runway 31
Joe, you're
left.
flying out JFK tomorrow and then a return to LaGuardia. Nice. Hope it's better weather than this.
Clear taxi runway 31 left by Kilo Echo, right on Alpha, and then Kilo Echo, and hold short 31 left for Delta 60 or 7861. Sorry about that.
Off to Joe. I want to say, is that Fort Lauderdale? Need a man at the front to help us. Oh, we're at the right terminal. Look, Delta just there. Perfect. Alright, parking brake is on. Usual stuff. Shut down engines, all that rubbish. However, we're not going to do that because we're going to check out the the replay. So let me just come off VATSIM before we do that. It's disconnected. Now we're on our own. I'll stop the replay and yeah, let's see what landing looks like. I say see what the landing looks like. Probably won't see very much, to be perfectly honest. Although, that looks pretty nice. There's a break in the clouds just there. So, yeah, obviously flying to Inibuilds JFK today from Inibuilds Detroit because they've got a great sale on at the moment. Do check that out, the link at the top or in the video description down below. All Inibuilds airports for the Easter sale are just $9.99, which is an absolute bargain, so definitely a great time to boost your scenery collection. And yeah, that weather looks interesting. Does look great though, doesn't it? Nice little crosswind as we came in as well from the left, which did feel at one point the aircraft just sank a little bit, so we had to correct that. Christian evening, mate. Welcome to Doncaster. Every airport we ever fly to now is going to be Doncaster. I don't know. I do quite like a rainy approach. I think it looks really neat in the sim. New York Doncaster Airport. This one, Christian. $668? Don't believe that. Wasn't that hard. Nowhere near it. If I'm landing at 668, I need the MOC to come and have a look at the landing gear. Lee says he was almost expecting Dark to be controlling at JFK ground. I don't think he's got a license for JFK. I wouldn't put it past him. But then will airports bought for Inibuilds from the Inibuilds website be available for free for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024? Yeah, they should be. They should all be compatible. Microsoft said when bringing out Flight Sim 2024 that they will all be compatible, which they had to. Imagine creating a brand new simulator with all this content available for it and none of the add-ons working. They would be shooting themselves in the foot because, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't purchase it. Ian, I use Skydolly. Yeah, Skydolly is the one that I use. Right. Well, that's a wrap. Just clearing all these warnings while we get the replay set up for you. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Always love visiting the USA. Joe, I want to say thanks to you, mate. It's been great to chat to you as well, who does this for real over here in the USA and in this aircraft. Big thanks to John Corral as well, who used to do it in this and Bigger Birds as well. Always great to speak to guys with the local knowledge and, of course, the knowledge of the aircraft. So, guys, I don't know what my streaming schedule is going to be like over Easter. It will, of course, be posted in the Discord server. So join us on there if you haven't done so already. Remember to grab yourself some scenery as well at the end of the stream. And until then, I'm going to leave you with our nose camera replay. Although it's going to be pretty grey until the last 500 feet. Have a great time, everyone. See you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. I'll speak to you again later. Bye-bye.
500.